Hello! Thank you for joining me today. Together, we're going to take a look at the song Weak and referencing nothing but a dictionary, our ears, and some logic, talk about what the song really means. Before we get started, let me say that this is one opinion critique that I am rationalizing with logic. If you have other thoughts or opinions, feel free to discuss those in a respectful manner. Weak is written by Adam, Jack, and Ryan Metzger and published by Cobalt Music Publishing. The link below will take you to the official lyric video for the song. If you need to take a listen to it in its entirety, then you can do so there. The point of this is to look at the words and not get caught up with the music, but the musical format is still important to understanding a properly written word and the overall content from the song. HAR's official lyric video follows this form. Verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, verse 2, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, pre-chorus, chorus. So we have 5 lyrically different sections. Verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, verse 2, and the bridge. Now, to me, the pre-chorus is really just part of the chorus because there is nowhere that the chorus is sung without the pre-chorus being sung directly before it. If there had been a no pre-chorus after the bridge, then yeah, it's a pre-chorus. If the song had ended with 2 choruses, then I could see the argument, but it doesn't. The chorus is only sung after the pre-chorus, meaning the pre-chorus is really just part of the chorus. Back to the actual lyrics. Verse 1 starts with, "No thank you is what I should have said." This is fun and starts us with some mystery, leaves some options open to interpretation. What should you be declining? And from who? Part of the why gets answered in the next line. I should be in bed. The picture being painted with the words is really simple. You have to work or go to school the next day, and now you're up later than you need to, and you are regretting it. Simple thing that happens to all of us, but temptations of trouble on my tongue. A cool little line, really just admitting that the storm is coming. You should be sleeping, but there's other things to do. This is continued with the next line, troubles yet to come. And that is the first verse. Simple, logical, well written. Let's look at the first half of the pre-chorus at once. 1 sip, bad for me. 1 hit, bad for me. 1 kiss, bad for me. Now we see some examples that things that are bad for you. Alcohol, drugs, sex, whatever you want to take out of these examples, there is an admission that these things are bad for you in one way or another. Whether that is causing physical harm or mental harm, it doesn't matter. There is a clear statement that these things are bad, but I give in too easily. This again is admitting that there are problems, and no thank you is how it should have gone. This is a nice little line that draws back to that line of the first verse, continuing the idea that I am better than this, and it keeps going. I should stay strong. We have all this guilt built up in the first verse and the pre-chorus, and then we get to, but I'm weak, and what's wrong with that? What? No, what? This is absolutely terrible logic. You go this whole time saying I do these bad things and need to stop them, and then all of a sudden, nah, it doesn't matter. You're just saying that these things are not bad. Just completely changing your mind. And it is open-ended. If I go out and sing this song and someone hears me and asks, what is something that you think is bad? And they just continue, but saying, some people just can't help it. That's perfectly fine. If you know something is wrong and you want to not be doing it, you can't just say, well, I tried, but I can't stop. I guess there's nothing wrong after all. I have identified the problem with myself. I need to do what I can to fix it. Please think about what you are saying before you sing this. Take the example even further. Look at your children. Let's say you have children, you have kids, they do something that's wrong. They actively are, whatever it may be. People make mistakes, they do something wrong, But let's say if they punch their sibling, okay? You can't just say, well, why would you do that? Well, I tried not to, and I know I shouldn't have, but I just couldn't help it. This is not okay. This is not an okay message. I wish I could say things get better. The next line is, boy, oh boy, I love it when I fall for that. Now, this line is sung multiple times in each chorus, and all of the sources agree that the first time it is sung as the word it. I'm not sure about that. To my ear, and the times it is sung after that, we have the lyric video and the Genius website that continue to use the word it, but the lyrics listed on Google that are taken from Lyric Find use the word ya. The line then reads, boy oh boy I love ya when I fall for that, adding a completely different meaning to the line. Let's just listen, and you can decide for yourself. Here it is the first time. Boy, oh boy, I love you when I fall for that. The second time. Boy, oh boy, I love you when I fall for that. The second time shortened. I love you. Just the word in question. An example of the word it from the pre-chorus. How it should. And the second time shortened again. I love you. Let me know in the comments if you are hearing love it or love ya. And let's start with this line as if the word says it. Okay? This is a statement that it feels so good to do these bad things. It is continued justifying of why these things are fun to do, because it is impossible not to do them. If you have any form of self-control, then this is a bad message in the chorus. Just because it feels good does not mean you should do it. Just because your children punched each other because they couldn't help it doesn't make it okay. It might feel good to fall to that desire and punch someone in the face. It does not justify the action. What if it is saying yeah instead? This line takes on a couple of different things then. The first of which is that you are in an absolutely terrible relationship. I love you, want to do the things that are bad. This is a problem, and you need to get away from that person right now. The other problem is that you are loving the bad deeds. The things you know are not good. You are essentially loving evil. If you're going to sing that, at least sing the word it. This is pretty much all that is in the chorus. There is some musical gibberish, but nothing to pull any meaning from. Verse 2 starts again with no thank you. This is the polite way to say no, but at this point, this could turn to a more aggressive way of trying to say no, to really show that you are trying to stop, but at this point, maybe the point is that you've given up. Next, we get to, they call me after dark. Another small thing of it's time to say no. We move to, I don't want no part. I'm not sure if this is just lazy writing or if it is an intentional play on the double negative. Is this admitting that I do want in? I do want to fall, at which point it's not really falling? Or is it just a lack of creativity and the inability to find an alternative? Maybe you could try, I don't want a part, or I won't be a part, or circle like a shark. Anyway, now we get, my habits, they hold me like a grudge. I actually really like this line. It tries to turn habits into a villain. I like the imagery of them grabbing on, just like you might needlessly stay angry at someone. Verse 2 ends with the promise, I won't budge. This one is interesting because is this a promise to not be weak? Or is it a promise that I'm all in and I won't even try to get out? Either way, it just gets overturned in the chorus again. This leads us to the bridge. Let's just look at this as a whole. We fall for that. Wake up, we fall again. We fall for that. Can't wait to fall again. This is painting a picture of the cycle that is really just a consistent fall in a bottomless pit. And of course, we again here have the desire to fall, meaning the falling is a choice. which is not really falling. It's just choosing to lay down. Now, the song is super catchy and easy to find yourself singing along to. Please just try to really understand what you are saying and what message you are giving to yourself and others before you sing this song. Maybe I'm totally off base here, and I'm sure you will let me know in the comments. Just remember to be polite and respectful. Please do include, though, if you hear the word it or ya in the chorus, because I need to know if I'm crazy. And until next time, think before you sing.